Hello everyone. In this quick video, I will be walking you through the essentials of getting started with Real-Time Landscaping Architect, which is a powerful 3D landscape design software. And whether you are new to it or just looking to speed up your workflow, I will show you how to set up your project fast and go over some important key tools and share a few pro tips and tricks to boost your productivity right from the start of your file creation. Okay. So here I started the software and we have this welcome screen. I will close it from here. And as you can see, we have our canvas here. We have our compass here. Once we select an item, we have the properties of it here. So this video shouldn't be for the completely beginner designers. It should be for maybe medium level designers or something. We in the near future we can create a full tutorial from the start. We can explain everything, but for this video it should be about productivity and making designers work faster and start files faster. So what we are going to discuss today is snapping and grid size. So here you can see we have the grid size here, the grid showing and hiding here, toggle grid on and off. And once we toggle the grid on, we see that it contains small grids and big grids. We go to grid settings from here and we can edit this. So we usually what I do is make the grid size 1 or 10, 1 feet or 10 feet, and I make a measure line every 10 feet or 100 feet. Okay. It depends on the project size and how big is the area you are designing. And for the snapping, I make it none. I snap to nothing but the grid. I allow it to snap to grid. For a startup, I can do this, but later on I will change it to what I need. Maybe I need to snap to an edge or a midpoint, but from the beginning I start with snapping to edges, to grid, the points. Okay. Um, that's it for the grid. And as you can see here, uh, so the page size is very big. As you can see, the 1 feet is only this, so the page size is big. We need to make it a little smaller. So let's say here we have our settings, it's complete. So let's say we are creating a house. Okay, I'll change the snapping to, I'll make a grid every 10 feet and measure line every 10. Okay, so let's say I need to create a house that is 70. When I click shift, I can create a straight line. So here I have a degree, it's not a 90-degree angle. Once I click shift, it snaps to here or here, and it also snaps to 45 degrees if I want to create a 45 degree. So let's say our house is 70 feet by 140. So this is the shape of our house here. Let's say the designed area around it, let's go for landscape and create fluid shape, geometric rectangle. This is the way I create regions. To make it fast, I go to shape options, load shape, and I choose a geometric shape that is that represents the house in reality. Okay, so let's say this is the area we need to design. So let's say I need more space in this direction to do my file setup and explain the materials here. So let's say here is our project that we are designing and we need more area here. What we do is go to file and page setup, and what we care about in this stage, like in the early stages of our design, we care about lot size. The other options here is not essential at the beginning. So if you want to work fast, you need to care about lot size in the beginning, and for printing later on, you can change what you need. Okay. So for lot size, we have the width and the depth. So for example, let's make this 400, and we'll see that we created an area here for our our details, like blend details. We can create some text here, some text here, maybe like this, and some material, maybe a plant legend here describing the plants we choose. So this is what I do to start my projects. This is the fast way to start your project. Usually you should have a template, like let's say you should have a template that you are using to start your project. So let's say I create a rectangle here. I keep it, let's say, in we change this to color, go to solid color, make this black, okay, and I will maybe start writing here. Let's say design by design my yard dot shop, for example. I rotate this 90 degrees but while clicking shift, scale this up, move it here, make it white. Let's say we need to create another one for explaining the details here. So maybe this is the first blend detail. Maybe we have one more here. Let's keep this maybe in, let's say, light green. I'll turn off snapping for now. Okay, so maybe here we need to add more rectangles. Great, so maybe here I will add my logo for my website or something, and here, so uh, we need to create more of this. So maybe we need to do like this. But how do I do this? We need to discuss how do I do it to be on the same line here. So this is like a parallel to it. So what I do is, normally if we go to main here, we can click copy and paste. Okay, but once we click paste, it will be pasted like randomly in the page here. So this is not aligned to it. It's not aligned to this one. So what I do is I click on the object I need to copy. Let's make this one white. I need it to be white for better uh, to uh, to explain it better. So I will click Control C for copying, and I will click. Uh, Usually you will click Control V. What happens when you click Control V? It is that got pasted randomly. What we need is to paste it in place. Paste in place is done by clicking Control C and then Control Shift V. Once we move it, we'll find that it is pasted in place. Okay, I'll click Control Z. Okay, now it is pasted in place. So we have two rectangles on top of each other. Let's give it another color so we can distinguish them from each other. As you can see here, there are two rectangles on top of each other. So what I do is click enter, and here we can change position. So maybe I need to send it in the x direction by 10 feet. I click Control Z. Maybe you need to move it in the y direction. Let's say 200 feet. It's gone up because the positive is up. So this is the y direction and the positive goes up. So what we need to do is click enter again and click minus 100, for example. Yes. So now if you want to bring it back here on top of this one. We click enter and send it positive 100. Okay, so now we can align objects mathematically and more accurate. Like you can click Control C, Control V, but it will not be accurate. Like whenever you are using, let's say you have some plants here, landscaping and plant here, and we have a tree here, and we want to align the trees here. So we click Control C, Control Shift V, and now we have two trees in place. As you see in the plant legend, we have two trees right now in our scene. And once I click Enter, and here is the y axis, I click minus 100, and I have a tree with uh, with a distance that I know and I can control. Okay? Let's create one more. Control C, Control Shift V, click Enter, and move it in the y direction minus 100. And now we have three trees. We click Shift and choose the three trees, and click Control C, Control Shift V. Now it will reflect here that we have six trees. Okay, once I click enter, I will move it in the x direction. Here's the x direction positive. I will send it minus, and I will maybe make it 200. It was too much, so let's Control Z and make this minus 150. Too much. Minus 100. Okay, so for example, maybe this is what we need to do. Also, you can calculate the area, like we can. So for example, grid size helps you calculate things faster. So if a grid size is 1 feet and we have a measure line every 10 feet, for example, we can know that 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, and you can calculate it by eye. So you will not need a calculator. You will not need to maybe test test it like me. Here I copied it. I will paste in place. Now they are pasted in place. I click enter. Let's calculate it by eye. So by eye we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can make it minus 100, and it will be here. It will not go very far. Now we can estimate the distances by the grid, and we can also align things perfectly and accurately in place. Okay, maybe we needed to create a table here. So for example, I will edit points, this rectangle. Maybe we need to mention the scale of our design here. So maybe we need to copy this again, shift and select. I'm selecting both objects, Control C, Control Shift V, and enter minus 100. And here we can write the details of our design, and we can insert the plant legend here, and maybe also insert, let's make this a little smaller so we have all our text, like make the text fit with each other, so nothing is very big compared to other text. Maybe we call this material details, and we can insert the material details here. Let's copy this one. So once you try the Control Shift V to paste in place, you will not be able to use the Control V again. Paste in place will be your main copying and pasting method, because you will get used to it. It's the right way to do things. Maybe material legends here. We can maybe change this to maybe any material, like for example, let's go to Unilock, and we have this material here. Make the size big. There is also something that we need to discuss. Uh, you need to, whenever you are creating something like this that is not really in the project. Like maybe you have a beaver here or something, but once you are creating an indication here, you should click advanced object properties and uh, do not include it in the project material list. Okay, so here, because it's a shape, because we are creating a shape, we are giving it some material, it's not included in the object material list. But some people will do maybe to go to landscape region and create a region here and use it for plan details. But this will be reflected on the project material list. It will be added to the calculations of your materials. So you shouldn't do this. But if you do it by creating a region, not a shape, you can uncheck the include in the project material list, and you can also hide it from the perspective view. You don't need to see plan details in the perspective view. Okay. To view your material calculations, you can go to tools and project material list, and you will see your calculations here. So I created this region for grass, and here you can see the quantity, how much square meters or square feet it is, and you can also see the area of the house and the amount of trees we used, 6 trees, and that's it for this video. We can create more videos if you like. But I needed this video to be like brief and fast to help you start your project faster and have more clarity about these shortcuts and tips and tricks. See you again in the next video.